everyone, it's Ms. Malinowski. I am going to show you how to make the foldable for Meiosis. So this is the finished product. Very similar to the mitosis one, except there are far more of the windows or doors that are labeled with each stage with the events and pictures on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This is something that will help you organize your notes. To do this, you're going to need a piece of paper, just regular paper, and we're actually only going to fold the long way, or hot dog style, some people call it. So we're going to fold once in half, hot dog style, and unfold it. And then you're going to fold each of the long edges into the center fold. There's one. The other long edge, and fold that into the center fold. Okay, so now we have two doors that open up into the center fold. On the outside, it's kind of hard to judge how many of the doors you actually have to make to open up to see the inside, because there are two phases of prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. There's two sets of that, or two rounds of that in meiosis. So one is going to be on the top and one is going to be on the bottom. But to get the number of actual doors that lead to the inside information, we have to measure out how many cuts we're going to need across the top and across the bottom. So you're going to need a ruler for this one. I have my ruler right here ready to go. Each one of the flaps or doors, or even windows, I guess we could say, to the inside where the information actually is going to be in your foldable, is 2¼ inches. So from this edge all the way over here, I'm going to measure in 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/4 inch, and make a mark. Move my ruler down. 1, 2, and 1/4. And move it down one more time. 1, 2, and 1/4. 1, 2, and 1/4 of an inch. And then the last flap is right here. We don't have to measure anything there. So we're going to do the same thing on the bottom half. So on the bottom, fold up from the, I'm going to try as hard as I can to keep this side to stay down, but I feel like it just wants to fold up. So we're going to try from the outside edge here, measure 1, 2, and 1/4 inches. Move my ruler down. 1, 2, and 1/4 inches. 1, 2, and 1/4 inches. And then the last 1, 2, and 1/4 inches. So now I have, it's probably really hard to see in the video, but there are little marks all across the paper, and where those marks are is where I'm going to cut a straight line from the inner side all the way to the fold on the outside. So for example, here's my bottom. Here's the line that, or the mark that I made. Actually, I should do the first one. Go all the way down. Here's my mark. I'm going to line my scissors up with it and cut. So now I have a door. And then my next, and I have a second door. And then I line my scissors up with the next mark I made. And I have a third door. And last but not least, that last mark. And now I have my last two. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. I'm just going to turn it that way it's easier for you guys to see. The first mark is actually right here. I'm going to take my scissors, line it up with that first mark, and cut. Take my scissors, line it up, make a cut. Take my scissors, line it up with the mark, make my cut. Take my scissors, line it up, make my cut. So now I have a series of doors that lead to information that'll be on the inside here. Now we need to label these outer sides with the steps to meiosis. So the first division in meiosis is going to start with prophase. I'm sorry, I'm writing upside down in your view. 1. I'm using Roman numerals. They look like eyes, but they are Roman numerals. So the first phase, prophase 1, and then the information will be on the inside. And then we have metaphase. 1. Make sure you put the Roman numerals there. Anaphase. 1. Telophase. 1. And then lastly, the last step in the first round of meiosis, cytokinesis. 1. So, my first outer labeling of the meiosis step 1, or phase 1 of it, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, and cytokinesis 1. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. You're going to label the bottom the same thing. Actually, I should hold this up that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're going to label the bottom flaps that open this direction the same thing, except instead of having a Roman numeral 1, it's the second phase of meiosis, the second division, and it's going to have a 2, so a Roman numeral 2. I'm going to start with prophase. 2. Anaphase. 2. Here, I'll hold it up for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. So underneath, oh, I messed it up. Cross that out. No anaphase. Fix it to metaphase. That was my fault. Okay, so prophase 1, prophase 2. Metaphase 1, I'm scratching that out. Metaphase. Now mine is messy. I should have used whiteout. Oh well. So now I have metaphase 2. And then anaphase 2. Telophase 2. And the last division ends with cytokinesis 2. So, aside from my one little mistake that I made, I got all of my doors to the inside of this foldable labeled with my steps to meiosis. On the inside, just like what we did for the other foldable, on the door or the window, the flap that we open, we're going to have the events that happen in that step and then the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and label events and picture. And we're going to do that for each one of, so I have the first one done for prophase 1. I have events on the top and picture here on the inside. You're going to go ahead and do that for each one of the steps to meiosis. Fill in the information on the inside using the notes and the resources that are on Blend Space. And that's it. I hope this helps you.